Okay, so let's just jump right into it. You've worked hard, you've saved up some money, and you know you're supposed to be investing. You hear all the buzzwords thrown around: 401k, Roth IRA, index funds. But honestly, it all just feels like a confusing mess, and you're terrified of making the wrong move. Well, today, we are going to clear all of that up.
This right here, this is the question that freezes so many people. It's called analysis paralysis. You know, you've got the 401k option at work, but then you hear your friend talking about how great their Roth IRA is, and some guru online says you have to be in index funds. So what's the actual order? Turns out the answer's way more important than you think.
I'm not kidding. Getting the order of operations wrong, just the sequence, can quietly cost you over $200,000 by the time you retire. And that's not from picking a bad stock. It's simply from using the wrong type of account at the wrong time. The stakes are, well, they're incredibly high.
Now, before we get to the exact playbook, we have to tackle the single biggest misconception that trips almost everyone up. So many people think you have to choose between a 401k, a Roth IRA, and an index fund. But that's not actually how it works at all.
The easiest way to think about this is like packing for a trip. Accounts, like your 401k or a Roth IRA, they're just the containers. You know, one might be a big suitcase, the other's a backpack. They just hold your stuff. The investments, like index funds, are the contents you put inside the container: your clothes, your shoes. So you see, the question isn't which one to pick, it's which container you should fill up first.
So why do we even care about these different containers? It all comes down to one thing: taxes. With a traditional 401k, you get a tax break today, which is nice, but you pay taxes on everything when you take it out in retirement. A Roth IRA, it's the complete opposite. You pay your taxes on the money today, but then all of its growth for decades is completely tax-free. You never pay a dime of tax on it again.
And that leads to this really powerful rule of thumb. If you think you're going to be earning more money later in your career, which, let's face it, is the goal for most of us, it makes so much more sense to pay the taxes now while you're in a lower tax bracket. You're basically locking in a massive tax-free nest egg for your future self. It's a fantastic deal.
Okay, now for the main event. This is what you came for. This is the exact step-by-step playbook for where your money should go and in what order. If you just follow these steps, you literally can't mess it up.
But before I even show you the list, I want you to just look at this number: 100%. That is the instant, guaranteed, risk-free return on your money you get when your employer matches your 401k contribution. It is literally free money. There is nothing else in the entire investing world that even comes close to that. It's the most powerful first step you can take, bar none. Okay, here's the full playbook. Step 1, build a $1,000 emergency buffer. This is just so a flat tire doesn't completely derail your entire financial life. Step 2, get that full employer match we just talked about. Don't leave free money on the table. Step 3, attack any high-interest debt, especially credit cards. I mean, paying off a 20% interest rate is a guaranteed 20% return. You can't beat that in the market. Step 4, now you max out your Roth IRA. This is your tax-free growth machine. Step 5, once the Roth is full for the year, you loop back and put more money into your 401k until that's maxed out. And finally, Step 6, if you're lucky enough to have done all of that, anything left over goes into a regular taxable brokerage account.
And just so you have the numbers in your head, for this year, the max you can put into a Roth IRA is $7,000. For a 401k, it's a huge $23,500. Now keep in mind, these numbers tend to creep up every year, so it's always a good idea to double-check the latest limits.
All right, quick pause. If seeing this simple, step-by-step order just made a light bulb go off in your head, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We put out clear, no-nonsense explainers just like this one every single week. So we've got our containers, the 401k and the Roth IRA. But what do we actually buy inside of them? Well, for most people, the simplest and best answer is a low-cost index fund. Instead of trying to be a genius and pick the next big stock, you just buy the whole market. You get a tiny piece of 500 of the biggest companies out there, like Apple and Amazon. It's the most proven, reliable way to build wealth over time. So why are we so obsessed with this specific order? Does it really make that much of a difference? Oh yeah. Let's look at a real-world scenario that shows you why this isn't just some tiny optimization. This is a massive, game-changing strategy. Let's meet two investors. They both invest the exact same amount, $500 a month, for their whole career.
Person A doesn't really have a plan, so they just throw it all into a regular old brokerage account. Person B, on the other hand, follows our playbook, using their Roth IRA and 401k first. Now, fast forward a few decades, and they both have a cool $1.5 million. But here is the kicker. Person A, in retirement, has to give up over 200 grand of that to capital gains taxes. Person B, because they use the tax-advantaged accounts, they keep pretty much all of it. Same money, same investments, but a $200,000 different result.
See, this isn't just theory, this is real money. The choices you make today about which account you use will have a direct, massive, and very real impact on your future wealth. So let's turn this knowledge into actual action.
Okay, let's just hammer home the key takeaways one last time. First, remember, accounts are just the containers. Index funds are the awesome stuff you put inside. Second, that 401k match is free money. Always, always take the free money. Third, your Roth IRA is your tax-free growth superpower. Use it. And finally, the order you do this in matters. It can literally be a six-figure decision over your lifetime.
So I want you to think about that playbook, and I really want to know your answer to this. Drop it in the comments below. Right now, are you using a 401k, a Roth IRA, both, or neither? And after watching this explainer, what is the #1 first change you're going to make? Let us know. And of course, if this cleared things up for you, make sure you're subscribed for more.